few scheduled, the schedule of the speakers on the wall. We had to make some adjustments and modifications. Some people weren't able to make it that was scheduled to speak. And some people requested to speak early because they have other engagements, so we respect that, so I had to make some adjustments. So I didn't put no time. All right? But everybody knows, all the speakers, they got 20 minutes to say what they have to say, to enlighten us, and alhamdulillah. And if they go a little over, no problem. No problem. It's okay. We ain't under no pressure, okay? So it's okay. I didn't forget the tribute. I wanted to do a tribute. We'll make an honorable mention of one of our brothers that just passed away some weeks ago, Sheikh Ahmed Al and so inshallah, if I can find that tape, I was looking for it on my phone. But again, he's a good brother who worked in the community, for many decades. People saw him, or he, the talk that was given about him, about his legacy, was an unsung hero. Quiet people that you don't notice, but they be in your midst, and they be teaching you, giving it up for decades. I remember, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Amin Latif, who's a friend of mine as well. He worked with us quite closely when we was in Brooklyn, Masjid al-Mu'mineen. And one of the things that the brother was known for, he loved the Quran. He loved the Quran. He loved knowledge. He loved teaching. He loved the mosque. That's all he did. It reminded Hadith what the Prophet ﷺ said, when a person, loved the mosque, one who loved the mosque, be under the shade of Allah's shade on the day of Qiyamah. He loved the mosque so much that when he leaves it, he can't wait to get back. That's how his brother was. So his image, or his profile, and all of the different imams and people that I know, we all said the same thing. We didn't consult each other. Everybody said the same thing, but that's what he was known for. So may Allah give him a high place in Jannah. Alhamdulillah. He suffered the last 5 years or so from dementia. And he got worse and worse and worse. Years went on to the point. The last time I saw him here, he was sitting right there for Jummah, and he was reciting the Quran while I'm giving it. He just, I left him alone. MashaAllah. He probably didn't even know who I was. That was the state of it. Even his family showed he got to that level. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took him. Alhamdulillah, but in the hadith in Sahih Muslim, what the Prophet ﷺ, he said, if a person is sick, or if he's traveling, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him the reward of all of the good that he would have done if he was not sick or was not traveling. That is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all them years that he wasn't there and he couldn't do the activity like he normally do, he still get the blessing as if he was healthy and well. So inshallah, before the day is over, maybe inshallah I'll do now eat a dinner or something. I'll find it inshallah, right? And I'll play it for you so you can listen to what he said, because again it's right in line with our theme, which is what are you doing for Allah? What are you doing for Allah? So when we look at the legacy that Brother Ahmed left, subhanAllah, wow, man, he was busy. So he did leave a legacy, man. And people remembered him in a good light. So inshallah, we'll come back to that. So if I find the tape. It's so bad I couldn't find it. We were doing so much, I might have erased it. Okay. Also, we just lost another giant in our community, Imam Al Jalil. A lot of the brothers went to the janazah. Some of them, some of them are still coming from there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go because I knew it would be too much time to go there and get back here. We'll be late. But again, Brother Umar Jalil, alhamdulillah, another pioneer, good worker. You know, he's a success story. I mean, Umar he did some time in prison. That's where I first met him, you know, decades ago. All right? He was an imam in prison. When he came out of the prison, alhamdulillah, he built himself up, alhamdulillah, and became a chaplain and became like a commissioner, like in city prison system. And he became well known and well connected with all of the local law enforcement people. You know, subhanAllah. And they looked at him as their leader. I mean, he was very active. And during Ground Zero, Umar was on the ground. He was on the ground helping the people. And that dust got in his chest. And that's what he died from. Cancer. All right? He made great sacrifice for the Muslim community, serving the people. Alhamdulillah. So I wanted to share that with you. Good brother. Very active. He's the Imam of Masjid Sabor, you know, in Manhattan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him and give him Firdaus as well. Okay. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala khairil mursaleen Muhammadin nabiyyin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. So, you know, this conference or this gathering, this Deen Intensive, as one of the sisters mentioned, you know, 4 hours of, you know, different imams and leaders talking about, you know, the theme. What are you doing for Islam? So let me explain what's on my mind about this. Because when I spoke to the imams and the leaders that come participate, it's a beautiful theme. I'm coming, okay? I said, will you be a speaker? Yeah, alhamdulillah. And I chose speakers who are not only leaders, but they're in Jamaica. They're part of organizations working for the deen. You know, we have ICNA, you know, Dr. Muhammad Ibar. We have Dr. Hussein Ahmed from Muslim American Society. These are leaders in the New York area, in the community that works, you know, with Islamic organizations, Islamic movements, work, collective work. You know, Sister Afaf should be here from CARE, again, a leader in the New York area, you know, who's involved in social justice issues, working on behalf of Muslims. You know what I'm saying? On behalf of our community. You know, and so this organization is doing phenomenal work. You know, active. So I invited these leaders and representatives to come, alhamdulillah, and they can share with you their experience, you know what I'm saying? And they can showcase some of the things that they're doing, some of the work that's being done in their organizations that we can benefit from. Just by listening. Okay. Alhamdulillah. And that's why they were still. You know, the main idea behind this program, what are you doing for Islam? Get people working, get people busy. Sometimes we think that, you know, most of the Muslims, this is most of the Muslims. I pray 5 times a day and I come to Jumu'ah, you know, I go to the Eid, I do this, I do, you know, the basic things, alhamdulillah. That's all I gotta do. No doubt. Okay, like the man came to the Prophet, and the Prophet gave him the 5 pillars of Islam. He said, I'm going to do that, I'm not going to do no more. So that's all you want to do? Allah's going to reward you for what you do. No problem. We ain't got no beef with that. All right? But Allah does want us to do more. Yes, He does. Yes, He does. Okay? And we look at the example of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. They wasn't 5-pillar Muslims. They were working. They were working for the deen. You know, the Prophet ﷺ doing the latter part of his career, you know, 10 years in Medina, the Prophet ﷺ sent out over 80 campaigns of da'wah and jihad. Over 80. He participated himself in 27. So they was working for the deen. You know what I'm saying? They were quite busy. Okay? And we wouldn't have Islam today, you know, if it wasn't for their effort. So we have to look at all of that. So the idea is that we want to remind the Muslims, okay, to look at yourself, evaluate yourself. What are you doing for Allah? What are you doing for the deen? And this is a message that we want to go out to everybody, a Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in tansurullah yansurukum wa yuthabbit aqdamakum. Don't you believe? If you, there's a chair over there, check. There's a chair, you need a chair, okay? All right? So all of the problems that you may be having is about Allah. If you help Allah, Allah help you and make your feet firm. I was reading a tafsir of Qatada, one of the Tabi'in, and he said part of the meaning was, part of the meaning of this ayah, you know, Allah will help you and make you firm. It means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you victory and dominance. I was flipped when I read that. I said, whoa. Will give you victory. Victory on what? Oh, what? Give you victory over the people. The day we live in, so I don't know, we don't have no standing, man. We don't have that kind of dominance and power that the early Muslims had. You see? Because they helped the cause of Allah. Okay? And more than anything, they was involved in dawah. They was involved in spreading the message of Islam. They didn't hold it, they didn't keep it for themselves. Okay? So this is the idea, to get us to reflect upon us, not to beat on anybody and say you ain't been doing, but just to remind us that we're supposed to be busy. We're supposed to be busy. We're supposed to be active. The Prophet ﷺ in his last sermon, he said, convey my message even just one ayah. So he's addressing all of the Muslims. He said there was 100,000 Muslims there. So he wasn't addressing the smart Muslims or the intelligent Muslims or the scholar Muslims amongst the companions. He was addressing everybody. The brothers, the sisters, you know, the young people, old. He was addressing everybody. Everybody is obligated to share Islam with people. So we have to ask ourselves. So that's what this conference is about. Alhamdulillah. To get up, okay, so on our game, as they say. You know, going beyond being the five-pillar Muslim. You know, to do more for Allah. The more you do for Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do more for you. Not that he has to, but he tell you that. You help Allah, I'll help you. If you feel Allah, like Allah. If you feel Allah, you're taqwa of Allah, you know, Allah will make a way for you. You know? So we have a lot of work to do, inshallah. So at the end of the program, I'll share with you some of the things that the Imam don't touch upon them and whatnot in their presentations and whatnot. What Islamic work is. One last note, and I didn't intend to be an MC, but I will introduce our first speaker. So, yes, I'm right, inshallah. Okay, so the president supposed to introduce him, is not here. And I want to give him the props. This is Masjid Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah, Project Allahu Akbar. This is a project that we've been working on for many, many years. And we finally got the mosque finished. Alhamdulillah. We still have some more work to do, you know, on the property of the house, and the old Musalla, you know, make some kind of economic peace, inshallah. So it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, but alhamdulillah. All right? And so many of you don't know, alhamdulillah, mashallah, that this is the headquarters, the main office, the markas of the Iqamat al-Din movement. So when you receive my flyers, so they talk Iqamat al-Din. So what is that? What is that? Iqamat al-Din. Aqimu al-Din. Wala tatafarraqu. Establish the Din. You know? First, second installment of ayahs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to the Prophet. Ya ayyuhal mudaththir. Qum. Fa'anzir. Get up. Go and warn وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. Allah. I learned that from Dr. Israel Ahmed, one of the contemporary, the late Dr. Israel Ahmed, one of the pioneers of the Islamic movement in the world. You know? And that was his exegesis, on this another dimension. And like Allah, and we understand we understand that. وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. He qualified, as a Quranic exegesis, give commentary, and he extracted that meaning. Even though it translates, and glorify your Lord. I know. That's a whole other dimension. Because then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, that we make Allah deem great. Then the Prophet ﷺ said the only one that's in the real jihad, the real mujahid, is the one that fights to make Allah what? Word high and over. It's all there. So people can pretend if they want to and act like, oh no, we just religious people. We are, no doubt. But it's much bigger than that. وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. And make Allah deem great, man. It's like Donald Trump. He said, make America great. Say, lie, man. Make Allah deem great. Make Allah's name resonate throughout the earth. And that's our job. Okay? So, Jama'at Iqamat al-Din. That's the name of our organization. We're non-profit. That's the name of the movement. It was founded in 2000, a year before the 9/11 thing took place. And so over the decades, we've been quietly working on a bill, because, we understand what Islamic movement is. Islamic work. That's all I mean. Collective work. That's all. Collective work for the pleasure of Allah. So that's simple. Okay? And so again, Jama'at Iqamat al-Din is a confederation of Muslim individuals and groups united under a single leadership. These individuals and groups pool their human, financial, and material resources and utilize those resources in activities that are obligatory and essential for establishing Islam as a total way of life solely for the pleasure of Allah in paradise. That's who we are. That's what I am. That's what I am. Establishing Islam as a total way of life is the mission of the Jama'ah. This mission begins with calling humanity to Tawheed, worshiping Allah alone and not associating with partner with Him, and establishing Allah's guidance as the supreme authority over the entire life of man. This was the mission, this was the vision and the mission that Allah's final prophet and messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam brought to mankind, and it is the duty of all Muslims to strive and work for the same. We didn't make it up. The Jama'ah carries out its mission and work by peaceful means, focusing on education, dawah, promoting a better understanding of Islam for both Muslim and non-Muslim alike, and establishing the necessary institutions and programs for the empowerment of the Ummah, as well as serving the needs of humanity in general. How that sound? How that sound? Yeah, mashallah, right? Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to serve humankind. Allah's deen. The Jama'at's core values. Our core values can be summarized as follows. Not all, but core values. Quran and the Sunnah. We follow the Book of Allah and the Sunnah of the Prophet. Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, if you will. Number 2, Tawheed and Aqeedah. Importance of that. Correct Islamic belief is important. Many Muslims don't know what their belief is. It's sad. That's why we emphasize at the beginning, every Muslim should learn Hadith of Jibreel. Every boy and every child should know Hadith of Jibreel. Why? Because it capsulizes your whole deen in one Hadith. The Prophet broke it down. Jibreel asked those questions. What is Islam? What is Iman? What is Islam? When is the hour? What are the signs? And when Jibreel left, the Prophet said, you know who that was? Allah has nothing to know that was Jibreel coming to teach you your religion. And this hadith, the Prophet, taught this hadith to the companion near the end of his life, as some of the ulama say, as if to say, I'm getting ready to leave here, Allah you ready to take my soul. So I want to make sure you understand this deen. You understand your Aqeedah and your belief. SubhanAllah. Number 3, desire for the hereafter, good character, respect for leadership, brotherhood, loving and caring for your fellow Muslims. SubhanAllah, that's important. I have a gift for you at the end of the program too, inshallah, concerning this issue of brotherhood. You know? Self-sacrifice, number 7. These are just some of the core values. And iqamat ad-deen being our aim in life. That's what we want to see. Allah deen established where we are, inshallah, and in the earth. So that's some of who we are and what we're about. So, I'll bring on our first speaker, inshallah. Okay? That's enough. Inshallah. Our first speaker is Dr. Muhammad Abdul-Jabbar. He's alhamdulillah, the Imam and the resident scholar. He's a scholar. Alhamdulillah. Now, at Ibn Markaz, Master, he did his PhD in Islamic studies from the University of Punjab, Lahore, Pakistan. Had taught at the Dawah Academy of International Islamic University for 22 years. Served as Imam at, that's where we met, Bayshore Masjid, alhamdulillah, MDQ, for 15 years, alhamdulillah. So that's our Imam, scholar, we're blessed man. And so we're blessed to be in the presence of a person, to have a person like him to attend our program, inshallah. So I'll turn it over to him, inshallah. Imam.